cut you off.
Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises. Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises.
Yeah, shout out the priest in the chat. Bumps and bruises, we like the fuses. Grab a seat and hear what the news is. Don't confuse us, you know the name. We the best and the brightest in this podcast game. Derek Marcos and Drizzen with the hot takes and recaps. Hit us in the chat, we welcome all feedback. Turn it up, cause we giving them hell. We the best in the business, now ring the bell.
Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises. Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises.
What up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for another live episode of Bumps and Bruises podcast. We are running our 6-man tag here with Derek, Shane, and me, Marcos. Shout out to Mr. Random Beats, Mr. Artist, Grammy-nominated artist, Grammy-accredited winning artist for a project he was on. He's traveling somewhere across the world. We wish him well. We wish him safe travels. But let's talk about it. Derek, let's switch it up. You have a couple topics that you want to go over, and I know the releases. We can't talk about anything before we jump into the releases. On Friday was what, unfortunately, we now come to know as one of the worst days financially and like personally for wrestlers, is the annual cuts done by TKO at this point. It was a record, 23 or 26 wrestlers. So
Let's look.
Like headlining all those releases were, in my opinion, was what's it called? Kairi Sane. We lost El Santos. We lost him. We lost, unfortunately, the great, amazing veteran Apollo Crews, amongst a bunch. We lost the entire White Six family, everybody, maybe even production staff, and we lost a ton of people from NXT, which Adrian Chase is one of the number one guys that I'm gonna miss there. Now, I want to open this up to you guys. So, rumor has it is that TKO, in association with WWE, made these moves for financial positioning for future talent that's coming in soon. They made a whole bunch of signings recently, and a couple big names are coming in, including the rumored signing of Evil, amongst other things. So, let's talk about it. As we say on the show.
What you just said is WrestleMania ticket sales were trash, so they fired people to recoup the money and send us back to Vegas for the second time, which has never happened in the history of WrestleMania ever.
Didn't they let go of a bunch of people last year?
I mean, we see the cuts every year shortly after Mania.
I mean, we do, but
I think these
cuts be bad. Why?
And
why?
Let's shout out to Motor City Machine Guns. That was another casualty that surprised me. I was very happy. I've been a huge Motor City Machine Gun since way back when. For those of you that are not followers outside of WWE, Motor City Machine Gun were everywhere. They were in New Japan. They were in
they were the
ROH
AJ Styles of tag team.
Yes, they were legit. Literally, without the Motor City Machine Guns, you would not have the Young Bucks. Literally. I've seen them destroy it near what is the airport in DC? Near Reagan. in a weird airfield back when ROH was truly independent. The Young Bucks, who was known as Generation Me during that time when they were in TNA, put on what was probably my favorite tag team match I ever seen live versus the Motor City Machine Guns, and it was insane. You know, I'm not worried about them because they have 1 foot out of the business as well as 1 foot in. Shout out to Alex Shelley. He has a medical certification. He is, I believe, he's a paramedic, and I believe that his tag team partner also is set up financially outside of the business, but you know, they're going to be in somebody's ring. I'm almost certain they're going to be in either AEW or TNA or run shot of the indies. They're a great tag team that has changed the way that they condition themselves. They're going to be around for a minute. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is a horrible time, and you know, it's kind of like, but it's happening everywhere. Even as businesses are making money, it's like I am not a full-time investor like probably some of our listeners are or some of you guys are. It's like when a company wants to make more capital, and correct me if I'm wrong, Shane or Derek, they promise a dividend or an earning that they'll do anything to get there. You know what I mean? If it's a situation where, let's say, they had like pyro budget and they noticed that WWE had left over $100,000 from pyro budget, guess what? They're not going to get it the next year, and they're going to roll that into the wins or the profit for this year.
Yep, it just goes away, never to be seen again.
Yeah, like in my current shoot job, like we did without a lot of things during the COVID time, and guess what? Those things never came back. And they're like, oh, you can run this with this. Oh, that's fine. Like Derek, out of everybody in the list, which is the one that you're like, first of all, somebody losing their job sucks. Like, yeah. I like talking about this. I'm getting that weird feeling in my stomach because I'm anxious. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yep. Like, what's your take?
I mean, for me, it's you letting go. It's not that people get let go because I mean it happens, but getting people getting let go, and these are people that we're actively seeing on television. Mm-hmm. Like Kairi Sane is a big one. We actively see her, if not every week, every other week on television.
Can I ask? Do you believe, because you're touching on Kairi Sane?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe the favorable rumors and innuendo that's coming out there? Like, I know Uncle Dave went out there and was like, well, she, that happened because she kept stating that she was going to move back to Japan soon, even if she was full-time with WWE. Like, I don't know what to believe there because, again, I'm not an insider, and again, I'm not in the boardroom. Like,
but even if she did move back to Japan, everybody lives all over the country. There's not a set place you got to live.
And she did that in 2021. Like 2021, when her contract expired, she had an amicable parting of ways, but said, hey, I miss being home. I'm going to go back home. And she was in New Japan and Stardom for 2 or 3 years, and then WWE brought her back.
Do you think the doors closed there? Because it looked like most of the people, like, I get it, like they're putting on a professionalism. Do you think there's bridges burned there?
I feel like the doors not closed until the superstars go out there and they say some wild shit.
Okay.
Until that happens, I feel like the door's still open because you got released in a mass release. You didn't just get released, just you, that one person. But I mean, like I said, that's my biggest thing is the folks that are active. Like we're actively seeing Shane's favorite person, Selena Vega. You know what I'm saying? We actively see her every week.
You tried so hard to hold back that smile too.
So
it is.
So do you think, and this is again, we're all fans here in this fan speculation. Right. You think this is a situation where, like, let's say they do really good in this European tour and this summer tour that they're about to do. and they have extra money in the budget, do they call somebody back from that list? Like, who you think is on the top of that list for the callback to come back? Like, if the rumors are true, I don't know if Kyrie will come back. We might see her in a couple of years when I guess Asuka wants to hang it up. They might bring her back to do a program with her. But like, am I a shit person? Like, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
When they finally pulled the trigger on the Io Sky Asuka feud, I was just like, I really feel bad that part of me is like, okay, now this feud can go push ahead and be what it needs to be because there isn't a third person.
But
like, I know,
so entertaining.
Yeah, but it's like
the whole thing with the third person was they were damage control.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then those two got pulled into damage control, and then everybody else got released or left damage control because Bailey left. Kyrie Zane, not Kyrie Zane. What's that child's name? Dakota Kai. She got released, right? Yep. So it was honestly damage control became the three Asian ladies. You know what I'm saying? That was their group, and then Io got her little stardom, and she didn't leave the group because even when they were doing the press stuff after pay-per-view, she was like, "Yo, I'm still in the group."
She was like, "We have a group called Damage Control." That was a great interview, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so let me ask you this. This is a weird set of releases. It's like, it almost felt like nobody is safe. Like, you know what I mean? Like
people are.
Like your CM Punks here, like people that they heavily negotiated for, like Roman, like Cody. But I think everybody under is gone. Like up until this year, I would have never been like, oh, the Usos ain't going nowhere. But you could kind of see if they really like get rid of the tag team scene, the Usos and God forbid even the New Day, those guys they don't care.
Scene now though, you know, if we're really talking about it, like we just watched WrestleMania 2 weeks ago, and we got I Show Speed and Logan Paul and whatchamacallit as our tag team match for the men's side.
Yep.
At WrestleMania. Tag team titles not being defended. You know what I'm saying? And they were defended the last 3 years. No, last 3 years. Outside of this year, the last 3 years, the tag team titles were defended.
It's true. At least one set of them. Everybody could go. Like, I think the only people, like, unless you're in the main event of WrestleMania as a male wrestler, you're unsafe. Like, for real. And then it's like on the women's side, listen, I feel bad. It is cutthroat there. Like,
John died, but he came back. That's all I'm saying.
It's crazy that. Go ahead.
Like, think about this. You could lose Bailey, Charlotte, who's old girl with Charlotte? Alexa Bliss. And even to a certain point, you could lose like somebody like another veteran like Natalie or anybody, and then they can literally jump together as a group, like the dudes from WCW did in early Monday Night Raw, and WWE will keep on rolling because they have so many really good wrestlers behind them, like that are just waiting for their spots.
It's the names that you didn't drop because you didn't drop Becky Lynch.
Yeah, she's gone. I 100% believe she's on. She said it multiple times that this is her last run. So whatever that contract is, she's gonna go be Becky 2 Baby time. Like, you know what I mean?
Becky 2 Baby. When did they have another?
Becky 2 Baby. Because he's saying they're gonna have another, and then that's what she's going. Becky 2 Baby.
Like Doug, her and Seth. And you know, from just looking on the outside, looking at the little peek that they give us to their social lives, I don't feel like they're like balling. You know what I mean? You know, at a certain point, you people move on. And it's not like our Hogans and Flairs where it's like, man, these guys are going to die in the ring. It's more like, hey, man, I made a ton of bread and I want to walk away and live a normal life.
They don't need to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's something that's a great change for the industry where these guys don't have to go until they're 70 and 80 years old and risk dying in the ring because they're paid better, they're better taken care of across the board, and this isn't a knock to the older folks. A overwhelming majority of folks that are coming in are smarter. They're smarter about how they use their money. They're smarter about being safe.
And they're not popping pills and doing cocaine between matches. You know, shout out to those that still do, but I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say shout out New Jack.
No. But like think about it. Like we in the next couple years, we can sit there and literally be like, oh man, I love that our veteran presence of Roxanne and Raquel and Bianca and Jade are still there to hold down. And this is like, what? Like, bro, like Paige came back, and that's the shocking thing. She's 5-6 years younger than all the main eventers in the women's side. That freaked me out. I was like, whoa.
Remember, she was a child coming in. She was what, like 19?
Yeah. But it's like, holy crap. I like
they made a whole movie about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. What's it called?
I don't know. It's called The Rock Loves Money.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
No, but think about that. Like she had a whole career. Like her being with the Bellas makes sense because she was part of that generation. But then if you compare ages, half of the main eventers in the women's side right now were not even there when the Bellas were there. Like
well, it is funny that her initial training was with Charlotte. Like that group, Paige was the standout of that group, which is
what was that group called?
I don't know what it was called. You tell me.
Come on,
you tell me. I'm not taking your bait. I know what it is.
Wasn't it PPBC? They gave them the initials like they tried to do to the New Day back in the day.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. And it's like as deep as it's Murderer's Row on the women's side. They're getting thinner and thinner on the men's side. Like, if it wasn't for Oba, like for every one Oba, you have a bunch of, and I love Braun Strowman, but you have a bunch of Braun Strowmans. Like, you know what I mean? You have guys that are wash out or leave or want to do something else, while the top guys that keep getting older. And then seriously, outside of like Javon Evans, Oba, Dom, I'm trying to Trick
people. Also, say what
and Carmelo, like all the other guys are old. Like you said it multiple times here. Like freaking what's his name? Gunther.
Yeah, that
Gunther
guy
is seen as new, but Gunther has as many miles as all these guys. That's why he's so good.
He been ran through.
He probably has more miles than a lot of the dudes.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
and those UK matches were like rough.
Like how old is El Grande, the new one? You know, Kaiser
Permanente.
I literally was going to say that.
I heard it.
He said,
Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, Ludwig. Like, well, I don't even know his real name, but yeah, Kaiser. Like, you know what I mean? Like these guys, like it used to be a pipeline. Like, bro, think about how WWE was. It was Bret Hart, Stone Cold, and then right behind them was The Rock, Triple H, and they started mixing together. But now it's like the little pool is getting smaller. It's like if Roman decided tomorrow if he's like, yo, I'm going full time to the movie to do movies. Number one, he has a debilitating disease that he deals with on a daily basis. Whether it's in remission or not, it's still something that's a part of his life. You know, the Usos are even up there. Every one of our favorites right now are up there in age. And then you got people like
my
for lack of a young. Like you got people like
he said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, what's his name? Oh, the tag team that I keep talking about, American Alpha. Like they're like in their 20s. And I don't think WWE
are you talking about Creed brothers?
Yeah, the Creed brothers. They're like
why didn't they get released? That's what I want to
know. Because somebody forgot they existed.
No, because I 100% believe that I think they're being used in AAA, and I think they're young enough that that when a tag team leaves, they're gonna be slotted into that position.
Oh, I mean, so one just left, and we didn't see him on Friday. But like Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews was whatever age he is, I don't know. But wouldn't
younger
he
than me?
Wouldn't he just in the scene trying to get the US title? Him and Matt Cardona?
Yeah. But Matt Cardona is not a person to leave. Like, you got enhancement talent. I think if anything, Matt Cardona and Apollo Crews kind of was like Spider-Man meme. Like, wait, if we're both here to enhance talent, who's gonna stay?
Well, and I will say on the release front, for me, the biggest ones were Kairi Sane and Alistair, even if that means Zelina by proxy. But Kairi Sane,
you love Zelina. You just stop lying.
Was in a major active storyline that I thought we were going to see, especially like a Backlash. I wanted to see a triple threat. Mm-hmm. Have Io, Asuka, and Kairi in that Kabuki Warrior, that Joshi style triple threat would have been amazing. That would have been such a good match.
It would have, but switching gears just slightly, you mentioned him, Aleister Black. There hasn't been anything concrete said, but the internet was running wild.
This close.
They were running wild saying that they released Zelina, and then he promptly was like, "Hey man, I'm out." Like, because I think he came back for her, and he's not going to do this different company thing. You know what I mean?
Well, it's also crazy that with Alistair, all those reports came out and it got leaked that before TKO kind of stepped in and said, "Hey, Pat McAfee is that guy." He was going to be that man on the phone. And so he's this close to kind of getting that main event push and being in a major storyline.
He should have been the man on the phone because it made more sense.
It would have been so good.
It was supposed to be Karrion Kross. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Which Alistair slotted in perfectly for, because they're the same character.
So what you're saying, they slid in at the same time. But anywho, like,
what about the Wyatt Six? How do y'all feel about that? Because
I think unfortunately, they couldn't do anything with that. Like, they were feuding over an appliance for the last 6 months, it feels like. And I love Bray Wyatt, but they could have done so much more. It reminds me of when Bray was with Broken Matt Hardy and they were the leaders of the world. It's like, if you lean this heavy and don't flesh it out, I don't know if you could do it. And it's like, there's the biggest loss that I felt that WWE took with the Wyatt 6 release, or 6, was what's it called? The dude that or the one that didn't talk, that was on NXT.
Dexter Lumis?
Yeah, Dexter. I think he's a hell of a hand.
I think Dexter is great, and they could have done so much with him.
Yeah, but and then it's like, it sucks because him and his tag team partner, I forgot what?
Joe
Gacy. They live and breathe wrestling. They're like indie guys, and I'm sure they're gonna be fine. But it's like, man, it's like, you want to root for the guys that woke up one day is like, I want to be a professional wrestler, and that's all I want to be. Instead of I was a football player and that shit didn't work out, so now I'm gonna use some connections through that world to come to WWE.
Hey now,
and
don't hate on my almost career path.
And it's like, it's one of those things. I mean, that's literally, I wish there was a baseball player at some point. Well, what's it called? Was a baseball player? What's his name?
Torberg,
the guy that they kept saying was the guy they kept saying that he was coming. Derek, you know what I'm talking about? The Indian dude. It's like
everybody's. Never mind. That wasn't gonna come out right. Never mind.
How Injectocito, cuz.
What's the guy's name? Oh my god, that he was with Jinder.
What happened to him?
He sucked. He sucked in the ring. That's what happened.
Who? I don't even know who we're talking about.
One of the dudes that wrote with Gender Mahal.
I was thinking of. I thought you were throwing it back old school and going Dale Torberg, who was the demon in WCW.
Veer, the guy Veer.
Yep.
He was from baseball. A lot of people don't remember. I kept going. He was in that movie with John Hamm about the Indian kid that got signed to be a pitcher. That was him.
Arm.
Yeah, that was him. $1 Million Arm. That was like literally the guy who the movie was made about. That was Veer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he was much smaller. But then he turned into Derek. It's like gained like 4 or 5 inches and then put on a bunch of muscle.
But everything said and done, I think probably the worst release out of them all is Zoe Stark.
Because she just was getting ready to come back from injury.
Yeah, she was cleared.
Just been cleared, I think, the week before. 2 weeks before.
But you know what, though? I'd rather her get cleared and then get released than still be hurt and be released.
I don't think WWE has done that in quite some time.
Yeah.
So, they're not, because they at least had some of the weird stuff that the old man left behind in that culture. Like if you were ever under that umbrella and need help, they assist you in a certain way. They'll cut ties from you after, but it's like, well, these people are still getting paid for 90 days, but hopefully they on socials trying to amp up and behind the scenes, hey, let's get this money. Is it weird? Do you guys? I'm not saying is it less impactful for the NXT people or the Evolve people because they were kind of like NIL deals. That's what I think, these developmental deals. Unless you were a full timer in NXT, that's what they did, right?
Oh yeah, the LFG
people and what is it? Steel, that chick. I was surprised. That's how the WWE is stacked when an actual Olympian female. They were like, "Hey man, come back around the block." And
was she good?
She was hella good in the ring. I never seen her promos outside of her first episode on LFG, but
even with promos, you can teach promos just like you can teach ring work.
I don't know, man. Can you?
I think the opposite is more true. If you have athleticism, it's easier to teach ring work than if you don't have charisma, and I'm trying to teach you charisma and mic work.
Roman sucked on the mic.
Roman sucked on the mic
because he was reading.
Yeah, he wasn't lacking charisma. He was being told, "Don't be who you are, be this guy." And they went, "You know what? Just go be you." And it changed who he was completely.
He was a cool ass Florida Samoan that was being told by a 75-year-old white man what to say.
This is true, but that's always. But at the same time, let's switch it just a tad bit. There's folks that we, at least most of us know, that cold on the mic and very athletic and don't be nowhere.
There are a lot of them.
And he nodding his head. He know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Let's go like this.
I'm just saying,
here's the thing about stuff like that, and it's it used to be very easy in the 80s, or if you came on the Vince, if you was 6-something and had a body, you were getting pushed. You'll be set up, and if you failed, that's on your fault. You fell on your face. You know what I mean?
I can't talk. I have no charisma. Give me a manager.
But I'm talking about if you were a body guy, Vince pushed you. Now it's it's not even that simple. Everybody's a body guy.
It's incredible.
Everybody from your people look at what's his name? The dude that does the belly flop from the actual American Alphas. What's it called?
Brutus?
Otis.
Oh, Otis.
Otis looks like he's out of shape, but Otis could probably we can start a marathon and he'll outrun all of us. He could definitely outlift everybody on this pod. But
he could probably outlift us collectively.
Yes.
Corey's going to tag me in. He's shouting from the rafters, "Let me in, let me in."
I don't know, man. I don't. Otis has records and
Oh yeah,
championships.
for sure. Corey just levels the playing field when we put all of us against him.
Yeah, but I think that cardio is sick. Like I couldn't.
If the cardio is amazing.
If they offered me $1 million to go run a match, I think I might die in rehearsals.
Well, and that's one of the things that I had and granted, I was much slimmer back then, but when I was training, I had cardio. Like I could go, and especially for a big guy back then, I could do a lot more than a lot of the guys could. I was agile, and when you put those two things together, they were like, sky's the limit for you. And then they just went ahead and put that limit in anyway.
Like, think about this. Like, one of the greatest combat athletes in sports entertainment, Brock, it was a combination of his speed and sheer size. If he leaned one to the other one, he would not be as special as he is.
That man could do a shooting star press.
Yeah, like if he was a slow guy, he would be every single guy in the WWE that came in at that time.
Right.
Every single guy. Like the fact that he was agile and bigger than Batista, he got pushed. Like, Batista had that Riz.
Y'all think he's gonna come back?
Oh, for 44 or 43? Yes, 100%. Like, I feel like he might get the biggest recorded salary of any athlete for one event. And that says a lot, because I feel like a Money Mayweather got like $5 million for that combat fight that he's having, which is the dumbest thing in the world.
So that there's rumors that McAfee got $5 million for WrestleMania.
Money is fake to them. I completely believe it, especially if it was a combination of TKO and ESPN wanting him.
That's stupid.
It's like if Derek came to us and be like, "Hey man, like Marcos, I really like your cousin. Let's bring him on the pod." And I'm like, my cousin, number one, might not speak English well, and he doesn't know anything about wrestling. You'd be like, I don't give a shit. Bring him in. That's basically what happened there. Like,
you're not allowed to say no. Let's go.
Yeah, and it's like people are like, "Oh, Triple H signed off on these." He probably looked at his entire roster and his plans, and he was just like, "Okay, it's like." And I'm probably gonna get raked through the coals for this. It's like a loadout in any shooting game. It's like when you have all these weapons and you're like, which one? You want all of them, but like, which one can I survive without? And that's unfortunately what he did.
And then you drop the health. And you take the other guy. Yeah, I got
you. Like imagine like how crazy would have been if like somebody's like, oh, here are the contracts by who's not used and who costs money, and like a major name that we don't even know about is on there, and he's like, no, okay, let's go further down. It's like, no, but if you take this one person here,
you say
he could be good. Like, it's like, no, like think about it. Like it could be like these lists are so tough that there's probably a name on there that got scratched off that would have like sent the internet into a
and there was probably like hey, if we don't bring in McAfee and instead go forward with the Aleister Black storyline, we won't have to cut half of these people. And they're like, give me Pat McAfee.
Yeah. So here's my thing. So we've seen the list, we've looked at the list and everything else, right? Mm-hmm. Talked about the list on camera, off camera. Are there any names that aren't on the list that you're like, if they would have got released,
No, I know what you're talking about. The internet and innuendo. We're saying like if you would have gotten rid of Logan Paul, you would have saved these people.
Not like that.
But I'm like, like maybe Kyrie will have me. Not Kyrie. What's it called? Kyrie Zane would have me thinking about it, but everybody else on the list, and I love them to death. Like the risk versus reward, we're not having that because unfortunately, to your chagrin, Derek, Logan Paul is the younger talent that's gonna
So that's
keep
the thing.
WWE in the forefront later on.
I wasn't talking about Logan Paul though.
I think he was saying along the lines of.
I'm just saying, like for me, like okay, the Creed brothers.
Yep, that's exactly athletic, what I was thinking.
Like we haven't seen them.
Do you think that they are making enough money to make a dent? I don't think they are. I think they're still on like an NXT type deal.
They can't be though. They've been up for 3 years, 4 years.
You can't double dip that long.
No, I think
you only double dip for a small amount of time.
Yeah,
so but true. Okay, but like we just said, so Zoe Starks, right? Like
you would trade the Creed brothers for Zoe Starks? Nah.
No. Okay, so what I'm saying is the list of names on this list, the active roster people and the NXT people, but you have people that like we don't see. We have people like Nikita Lyons. I like her. It's cool. But like since she had like the knee injury, we don't see her like that.
I think she's on her last year. Honestly, I think she's on her last year. She's on 3 shows that are not the main roster.
Exactly.
And they keep pushing her around. I think maybe because and I looked, she went on live the other day and I looked at it and I was just like, I looked at how many impressions she has. Anything she posts, 40 to 50,000 people like it. And I think that was mostly outside of wrestling because half the people that wrestle keep forgetting that she's on the roster.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Every time she's on there. Yeah. But so I think she brings enough impressions.
I mean, I guess.
Think about this. WWE now, it's a moment impression based company.
At this point.
Yeah, I think the only person that's safe outside of Cody and Roman is Danhausen. Everybody else can be cut. Danhausen is probably getting paid nothing, but is a complete upgrade to what he was getting paid before. And he is pushing that merch, baby. You know what I mean?
I can answer this question though, Derek.
I honestly don't know who you were thinking about outside of the Creed brothers that you just mentioned.
So ones and this isn't to say that I would have cut them. These are ones that I'm surprised weren't on the list when this many people were cut. And I'm very happy that he was not on there, but I was surprised that Shinsuke wasn't on the list because they haven't done anything with him lately.
He's been on TV. I think he does a couple things, but given the rumors that they said, oh, he's leaving, maybe he's not. I keep saying that with Rand all the time. I was like, yo, Shinsuke is happy. He wrestles when he needs to, and he's always stay ready. Shout out to Zack Ryder. He stays ready. And, you know, maybe they're doing something with him and Evil. That's what I'm holding out for. Because they were, you know, that's an ill faction.
And that could be amazing. I definitely wouldn't mind it. But in that same vein, the Americanos, it's Pete Dunne and who's the other one?
You're talking about Tyler Bate.
And Tyler Bate. I was surprised that they weren't on the list.
I think they're really good. There's a couple guys, you know how like every couple years there's a couple guys that no matter what you need them to do, they're always there.
And I think the same can be said about the next ones that I was thinking of, and that's Otis and Tozawa.
I don't know. I think they might be liked or well liked, and you know, like some of these talent you're saying, they're willing to lose. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like they don't care. Like Tozawa and Otis are like, cool. We get 37 seconds. We get demolished by whoever you want to put over. That's fine with us. They don't even got a t-shirt, dog. They wear this girl's t-shirts every single match. And they're like doing their thing. This Tozawa doing his little thing. Like just
but then another one, Grayson Waller.
Okay.
I think Grayson was probably like, whoo, at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I was most surprised that they weren't on the list, the Viking Raiders.
Maybe one of them is hurt. I think one of them is still hurt.
Which it crazy if that's the reason that they're still there and we had all these other cuts.
But think about like who you think Who would you save? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'll take the Motor City Machine Guns over them.
Yeah, Motor City Machine Guns easily.
Even though they're older, but they just know tag team wrestling. And and you could tell that we're gonna do something with I'm actually surprised, like 100% surprised, which gives me hope in my heart. Yes, and his wife, Candice LeRae, gives me hope that they're gonna do something with them because they survived. Because if they let them go, they're the only ones outside of maybe the Motor City Machine Guns and Kyrie that are guaranteed jobs. Like literally, it's like their other puzzle. Like, think about this. If Candice and Gargano, and now we had old boy Dexter Loomis run it back, AEW. Run it back. Have a built-in faction that could run amok in the mid-card. In AEW. And then whenever old girl's contract with TNA is up, because I think they do 1 or 2 year contracts, she can go over there too. And guess what? You have the same exact NXT storyline, and these people are healthy. Nobody ever gets hurt out of them, with the exception of Ciampa. But his shit was serious. It's always a neck thing.
With all of this, with all these cuts and everything, and so much talk about Monday Night Wars and all of that, and TKO trying to make it, doing whatever they're doing to for better or worse, just to cut it short. And then what we see in AEW trying to do, I would love to see some of these people pop up kind of like the Radicals style. They get released, everybody pops up as a group, they're a new faction, like exactly what you were saying, and you run with it. And you go, you know what? We were better than you because we were in a better place, but then we decided, you know what? Let's go run things over here.
Yeah. And I hope, like, it sucks because we're gone are the times. And Derek, you experienced, we talked about this. Gone are the times where people got released and you're like, let's do that countdown, AEW, baby. And then AEW's kind of like, we're good. Like, it's a lot of big names that are just out there. And you're like, oh, when are they going to get their graphic? Karrion Kross is one of them. I was surprised that Ciampa went over and got signed so quick. When I'm like, you have Karrion Kross?
But I don't think Karrion Kross is trying to go anywhere. Like, him on the indie scenes, he's good. Like, I actually got to chop it up with Ciampa at
you talking about Karrion or Ciampa or both?
I talked to both, but I talked like industry, work shit with Ciampa, and he loves it over there. Everybody I've talked to that's gone from one to the other, they love it over there. Because even Wesley,
think about this. They have their friends there, like that group of indie TNA mixture of guys, like the Adam Coles in them, like Ciampa. These are guys that are OG ROH. Like, they've known each other and probably talked to each other as much as we talk to each other. So it doesn't matter. They're like, oh man, my homeboy said we're getting money. At the end of the day, this company doesn't have to worry about real big money. They're going to do what they're going to do. Let's go have fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get that. When you have somebody like an Aleister Black that kind of that went over there when he was Malachi, he came over there and was like, oh, so y'all just all chilling. Ain't nobody jockeying for something? I cannot lose and y'all be cool with it? I think that's what frustrates the people, like people like Cody, namely that they're like, all right, this is big leagues, guys. And then you walk in the back and people out there playing Uno or whatever, that might frustrate you. I'm not saying that it is, but it's like there's people that their level of expectation is pure competition. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Malachi Black out there and they're like, yo, I'm here. All right, so what's the strategy, dog? Like, how are we going to chip away at that WWE lead and fan base? Like, I got these ideas. And they get back there. Everybody's making great money. And then, your creative is like, man, just put out there, put a hell of a match out. And they're like, all right, cool. What's that going to lead to? Nah, just pull a hell of a match out. That's it. Next week, you might face somebody else. It's like, wait.
Or so you might be forgotten about for a month and a half.
Yeah, like I get it. Like the booking style is different. I'm almost certain that the culture, like you said, is amazing over there.
Yeah.
But the booking style, if you're somebody and you're like, oh, where's today's rundown? What are we gonna do? Who am I gonna work with? And you get there, and as a fan, because I'm not a talent and I don't know anybody over there. If you get there and they're like, you and you, let's kill it. And that's all you get. When it's like it's different when you're like professional wrestler, when you're an Olympic wrestler, that you and you, let's see who's the best. But if you're somebody that's used to a scripted environment, like that's gonna be like, wait a minute, like you know what I mean? And then I guess people don't click. Like Rusev didn't like it over there for some reason, or I don't know why he left. Like there's certain people that I guess I'm stupid in a way that if I'm making good bread and I'm not exhausting myself, I'm gonna stay there. I'll bring my PlayStation, dog.
I'm curious to see if we see Alistair and Zelina show up. I think part of the reason that Alistair wanted to go was to be closer to his wife.
Yeah. But I don't like that guy who I forgot his name, but he is the talent guy. He is like the recruiter for AEW. He's part of a tag team. What's his name? I forgot his name. That when people are like, I think MJF and somebody else retweeted somebody like, oh, I can't wait until Alistair and Zelina show up. And then he came in and was like, nah, I'm good.
Is it Christopher Daniels?
No. He's a black dude. I forgot his name. He's really, really good in the ring, but he kind of like has a dual role. I forgot his name. He's talent relations and AEW. He's a phenomenal wrestler. Like he's really talented, but
the only ones I ever knew about, which I think QT Marshall, I think is out.
Sean Dean.
Oh, I didn't even know about him. I just knew because it used to be like in the beginning, it was Sanjay Dutt and QT Marshall.
Sean Dean, he goes by Captain Sean Dean. He used to be in the military. He was a tag team specialist, and he's the guy that the entire time since he's been there, he's the one that books indie talent, that gives them their look, their dark matches and stuff like that. And it was like well hidden until like last year, when he started noticing that people would be like, "Hey, brother, how you been?" And like, like, "Hey man, we gotta catch up." And then he kind of like, he said something on a podcast. He's like, that's when I'm like, oh, somebody told him. Now I gotta start blocking people, because people that never messed with you before or try to big boy you are not like, "Hey man, I heard you gonna be in Cincy. I'm free Wednesday, dog, or Saturday. Like, what's up? Like, you need somebody?" Like, he said something in a tweet that was like, "Nah, I'm good." He didn't say, but it's like, why you need to? Unless you're like really you're like, "Oh, let's keep it a secret." But if that was an honest tweet, it's like, dog. Wow.
If that was an honest tweet, he should not be in that role.
Yeah, like,
I'm a firm believer of that. That why would you
like? It kind of like laid credence that he was like, yo, he didn't want to lose. And I see that as, I'm not as angry as other people are, because, bro, Derek, if you're a wrestler and Tony Khan is your owner, your booker, and you somehow every single week, like promotion owner, okay? I know where you took it.
It came out so fast, man.
But like, if you know that you could be like, "Hey man, boss, I don't want to lose today." It's not your job. Like, yo, bro, nobody wants to like lose. Like, you know what I mean? If you can consistently and still be featured, be like, "Yeah, I don't want to lose," or "I don't want to work a singles because that means I lose." Why are people mad at you? It's the booker's job, the person at the top, to be like, "Nah, brother, you gonna do this." I mean, like if you go to Roman right now, if TKO goes to Roman and gives him that rock stroke, pause, gives him that here's that he can say whatever. Like, how in kayfabe he's like, they checked with me, Like the reason you here is because of me, because they checked in with me. Like if he had that legit power, you think Roman would ever lose? No. He wouldn't lose until like business is tanking. But if business is okay, why would you want to lose?
Well, you're right.
Like think about it. It's like that's how I see people. Like that's honestly the only time that I legitimately could say if it was up to them and they were getting away with it, that was on TK. You know what I mean? If Rusev was like, nah, I'm not coming to TV for this. If that was true, and then TK was like, that's fine. It's not on Rusev. It's like if you're looking at the call sheet and they're like, yo, man, you're gonna put over Sammy Guevara. It's like, oh, is that gonna lead to a program? It's like, nah, just a random Wednesday. That I'm good. Like, okay, cool. I'll just go down the list. Somebody else will come.
Yeah, I would not hate that.
Like, like
I would not hate that Rusev did that. That's you got at some point you got to protect yourself if you don't feel the company is protecting who you are.
I mean, but okay, real talk. Should you be worried about wins and losses in AEW?
According to them, yes.
No, they stopped that. They abandoned that 2 years ago. But like you as a wrestler,
they still put it on screen though. They still bring it up.
I am almost certain because I'm not a stat guy, that they just pull those numbers out their ass.
I completely believe that.
Like,
but I think it was the MJF Hangman match. They were like, Hangman has won the most matches in 2025, and I was like,
I don't know, like. Do you like? Okay, here's an even better question. In wrestling, do wins and losses matter at this point in 2026 today? If you lost 12 matches in a row on 12 PLEs, and then all of a sudden you win a tournament that's 3 matches long or 2 matches, and then you win the world title.
Maybe that's why they let go of the Y6 because they lost the last match. Got the lanyard back. I was like, you're fired.
Do you think that matters, Derek?
I mean,
is anybody like a month away from being pushed enough to be a world champion? Like seriously, you as a fan and me as a fan, I have a different answer than might be. I think 10 years ago, no, but now I think you give somebody a run. Kofi Mania is the number one thing. Although he wasn't jobbed, but
he wasn't like it was
overprotected either.
I think with that, like it was just the fans wanted that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what got us there.
And I'll say additionally, if you have somebody that goes on that losing streak, especially if they were extremely popular at one point, like let's say we need to run back a Sami Zayn underdog story. We have him lose 12, 13 matches in a row, and everybody being like, oh man, what's wrong with Sammy? And then he finally, like, oh man, I've got to figure out who I am again, and leaves, and then comes back with Kevin Owens, and they immediately jump into the title picture for the tag team belts. Everybody would be for that. And then that would lead to Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn on each other, and then Sammy's back in the upper mid card.
So, like right now, today, based on Monday Night Raw, and I think we're good not really going over all the stuff because you wanted to talk about different things. Like Jacob, if Jacob beats Roman and at Backlash, are people like, what the hell?
Yes.
Are you like, what the hell?
Look, I like seeing new people as champion.
He likes chaos. If you throw the most random lightning strike event, he'll be like, yes.
Okay, so let's go to the chat. Can you, as a fan today, be cool with Roman losing to Jacob? Will that spice things up, or will that be like, no, not my tribal chief? I believe that.
For me, I wish it was Cody, but that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's great. There was already a little tit there, And ain't Jacob on whatchamacallit? Ain't he on SmackDown?
Yeah.
Why are these people switching sides? Like
they go where they want.
Stay where you at.
You're like, okay, like we could potentially have Jacob winning the belt off of Roman, and then since they're hinting CM Punk Cody, and then Cody dropping it to CM Punk, will you as a fan be like, who what the hell are they doing? Like, I wouldn't.
No, Cody with the belt is boring. It's so boring.
I mean, is there somebody like, if let's say Gunther jumps over and beats Cody?
I fucking hate Gunther, and that's why you said Gunther, because you know I don't like Gunther.
That smile crept out. He's hitting it so much. He's like, I gotta drink this water real quick.
Oh damn! Oh, why? And he got a good finisher,
bro. Call me Chaos. Call me Chaos.
Call me
Chaos. I would love for Jacob to win, and then for some reason, Dom end up in a program with Cody and him winning. Well,
Dom?
people will be so mad. They'll be like, why did he see? But I would be like, bro, freshen things up.
And then
like WCW used to do it back in the day, but then not follow through.
If he's Dom and he gets finally he gets a title reign, it makes sense. That makes sense. That sounds great.
Although
call him.
If that happens and Dom like somehow squeaks by because Judgment Day has come out and helped and wins the title off Cody, then I think
Cody.
No, I think we immediately you snap the fingers and out comes Penta with that briefcase.
Well, how the fuck did Penta get a briefcase? Okay. What did this come from?
Money in the bank. Apparently, Shane is booking Penta to. I like it. What is
I don't like it.
You know what? I like the way you think.
This is Marco's fan service right here. I knew what I was doing.
I don't like it.
Look at me. This is the biggest smile I've had on the podcast.
You got the biggest smile. You got to know your audience when you booking the show.
Jacob and Penta and Dom all touching the titles in the same year? Bro, I don't care. And then at the end of the year, you know what? Give us an Andre Battle Royal for both belts and have Oba win.
And have Royce Keys win one and Oba win the other.
Oh, you're trying to tease for me. Okay, I see.
Like, give us the shittiest match for
He's trying to give me a
over the top battle royal at the last SmackDown of the year. Something stupid. I'm for it.
So stressful.
Like, let me ask you this: like, are we in a time that you shouldn't care if you play hot potato in the title belt? Because I think it worked really well. No. I'm talking about the top titles. I think it worked really well during the Attitude Era.
But this ain't that. That was so long ago.
But so long ago.
You have people that you want to establish. Like the way that they established Triple H back then was to give him the shock win for the belt.
True, but you think, I mean, I know history repeats itself, but you think that'll work?
Yes. If you have Jacob, Oba, Dom, Gunther, you have even LA Knight. If they give these people a couple months with the belt,
two of them niggas is not winning.
Like, yo, I think that injects like an excitement into the product, dog.
I mean, I hear you. But
you think it'll devalue it? You think people like they'll be talking heads like, oh, so WWE is real shit now? Like, how long have their champions been? What, 3 weeks?
I think it could work extremely well if
everybody lives, baby.
Well, I think it could work extremely well if you split it. So you keep an established name with one of the titles, and then
we did that though.
But no, Cody just threw out this open challenge. If that open challenge, Oba walks in and Cody's like, "Oh shit, what did I just do?" And you skyrocket Oba, and he cleans Cody.
You're doing the same thing. So the stop is always Roman. Give us the shock.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be Roman. You could do the same thing. Cody's just made it really easy currently because he threw an open challenge.
Yeah, but also, did you peep? I don't know. Did you peep how like shocked they made Roman look when he got when Jacob beat his ass? He was like,
he definitely had the oh no.
Have you ever seen Mr. Deeds, Derek?
You
remember when the dad snapped his belt and the quarterback is like, "Daddy, no!" That's how Roman looked. And that's cool. Seeing the tribal chief not be cool, be like, oh shit, like, like this. And then I think in the beginning, the Usos really like hammering it in, like, dog. We just saw him beat down the MFT. Like, he's unpredictable. That's why we didn't want him in the bloodline in this shit. He's like,
he washed MFT.
Like, I don't think that you think that he washed him. I think they're being used to elevate him.
Well, they are, but at the cost of them. He went 1-on-4 and beat them all.
But it wasn't like they all jumped him and he did like a Colossus, like, ah.
He kind of did.
They did the 80s movie style, which is like, I'm gonna wait my turn.
I'm gonna wait my turn, and then I'm gonna go, and then you go, and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah, instead of like, hey dog, we outnumbered him. Let's just all jump him. But
even still, he washed them. And when he put the chairs on the heads and hit the side view, whatever it's called, the hip attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Derek. Who you want to answer Cody's open challenge?
You know, Gunther sound good, you know. We trading.
Let's be serious. I'm asking you. Who do you think it's gonna be and who you want it to be?
It's gonna be Drew McIntyre. That's who it's gonna be.
Is he done filming?
What is he filming?
What's it called? Highlander.
I think it's gonna be Drew.
I like that. That's a good pull. I like that.
Who would I like for it to be? In my fantasy booking world, Montez. Why not?
Okay. But then that means he might not win. If it's somebody that broke off, like let's say Montez turned on Dawkins and it's like, man, I don't need you, and then he does it, I'm like, oh, he gonna win. Like I'm like, okay, he gonna win. But like, yo, if you have your foot in the storyline already, like, come on, man. It's like I call it wrestling math. Like I was like 10 minutes behind Derek during Raw last night, and when I was like, oh, it's what's it called? It's who is it? It was Io Sky versus Becky. I was like, so at what point did Asuka interfere? Because like it made no sense if like Becky dropped the belt. Like wrestling math did not math there.
Exactly.
It's like I don't know. I honestly wanted to be somebody like Kevin Owens, man. I know it ain't gonna happen because I don't even know if he's cleared or even close to being cleared or if he even wants to come back.
You know, to what Derek was alluding to earlier, and I know we have a lot of fantasy bookings that go this way, but there's a built-in storyline for it. What if that thing was Xavier Woods? The built-in story that they've talked about so many times of them growing up and wrestling each other in high school.
That would be cool. Because
I mean, New Day was not on TV, right? You pointed that out.
Yeah, they weren't. Not on WrestleMania, not on TV. This is racist.
No, and Grayson Waller was being fed. I think.
Like,
do you think he's gone? I thought they were. It was, yeah. I thought they were gonna do something where New Day comes out, and I was just like, nah, New Day smarter than this. Like, you know, if you thought that wrestling was real, like the storylines and these characters are who they really are, like I'd be like, why would the New Day do something stupid like this for somebody that's kind of part of them that's not really part? Like they don't want no parts of Oba.
They'll just try to recruit Oba into the New Day.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know if I want him to be in the New Day, but I would definitely love Oba, the New Day, and Javon Evans to be some sort of faction.
Some sort of all black, dreaded up, except for Woods.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, you racist because not all of them are dreaded up.
Close enough. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. You know what? Let's fantasy book this.
Let's talk about it.
Jacob and Oba Jacob beating Tribal Chief, winning the belt, and Oba randomly
You think
answering the title, answering the challenge of Penta and beating him, and you have a 2-man power trip. And that's a storyline in my mind. That is the storyline that had so much potential. And if it wasn't for the goddamn universe popping Triple H's quad, we could have been eating good. Because bro, him and Stone Cold as heels and both of them champs.
Yeah, the 2-man power trip was the first time they came out together. That was electric.
Yeah, and then you have the people. I don't want to see Cody and Reigns. I want to see two people that you're like, oh, okay, they're about to kill it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody else in the WWE, I can see them doing a 2-man power trip like that. Like that are in a level that it's like, all right, they've done this before. Maybe CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, or like, I wish there was somebody as elevated with Reigns. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe if Jacob goes gets another title, maybe get Cody. You could do that. Like, you know.
If both had been healthy together, Randy and CM Punk would have been a good one for that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. And I hate that you set reality in for me that you're like it's gonna be Drew. Now I'm like, not this shit again.
I mean,
I know when you said it, I was like,
only if CM Punk comes out and they reignite that blood feud from years ago, or last year, a year and a half ago, I would watch that. Because I feel like Cody only rises up to the occasion, like you said. I don't think he's boring, but he's not as animated when he has a great foil. And I think Drew McIntyre is a great foil, but he has instant chemistry with CM Punk. And I don't know if he had, like, they're both great. He's a great heel and Cody's a great face, but them together, they can't quite have that magic because CM Punk, like, you believed him when he was like, I hate you, Drew. Like, you know what I mean? Just like you believe when him and Roman didn't like each other.
Yeah.
But like, I can't see, I don't believe Cody. Cody's such a nice guy in real life that him be like, I want to destroy you, Drew. It's like, no, you don't. Like, like you'll be like, you're the type of guy that you guys have a blood feud, be bleeding, and then you get up and shake his hand and be like, no, nobody's trying to see that. Like, like do what Jacob did to the MFT. Put a chair in his neck and just step on it. Do something. Like, you know, like, you know, go Stone Cold for a little bit. You ain't got to go heel, but Cody's such a baby face that if he does shit like that, he's automatically a heel.
All right, Derek. Well, I got a question for you because you wouldn't tell me before we started.
Oh.
Sure. So what is this question that you would not fully tell me?
It's about to finish it. Hold on. Let me do my emo.
Man, that thing came out. I bought that thing for everybody. You
should clip this and put it on our opener.
Okay. So basically I just wanted it was something that I talked about in the shop. It was just, you know what I'm saying, finishers, because you know we've talked about outside of the stream and everything, finishers they're not finishers anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're just cool moves. You know what I'm saying? They're not protected or anything else. They don't necessarily finish the match. Like how back in the day you had your signature move, you had your rock bottom, or no, you had your people's elbow that would lead you into the rock bottom that would finish the match. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it was that. I wanted to see what was your favorite tag team finisher? If y'all have one, you know, do tag teams really have finishers? I mean, not all of them.
Good ones do.
Not all of them. I know the New Day had three different ones, depending on who was out.
Depending on what group was out.
Yeah, depending on who was out. That was it. I just want to talk about, you know, finishing moves. Marco's gonna switch. He's gonna go upstairs.
No. No. I could go quickly. Because I've thought about this for many years. Like my my favorite singles finisher is very specifically HBK Sweet Chin Music. And my favorite tag finisher is a tie between the Heart Foundation Heart Attack and the 1D with the Usos, but when they were in the Uso penitentiary, when they could do it so smoothly that it was kind of like RKO out of nowhere. Like now they get telegraphed. Like you could tell because they stand in specific spots and literally almost call out to each other, like, yo. Okay. Like it's just something about it. Like when you do a move so smooth, but my favorite finisher of all time that I've ever seen a match get finished is Randy Orton Seth Rollins stomp RKO. Nothing will ever top that.
That was amazing.
So that's pretty much it.
So okay. You said Sweet Chin Music. That was your first one. Dial up the band for the super kick, right?
Yep.
So many people use the super kick now. How does that make you feel?
It doesn't matter because nobody does it.
Kick, I mean, yeah, because they don't dial up the band.
They don't have the theatrics, and it was never as protected as his. Nobody. The person that came close to it being protected as a finisher like him was Dolph Ziggler.
Okay. But like I said, so many people use it. Like it's not even a finisher no more. It's just a moveset.
I get it. That's 2026. That's 2026, but it's still my number one finish. Just like a cutter. The RKO, everybody does it.
Yeah.
The what's it called? I used to think that the Canadian Destroyer, aka the Mexican Destroyer, was amazing until I went to my first indie match and 19 motherfuckers did it in the same card.
Oh, damn.
And I was just like, what? Like, it turns out that PD didn't make it. I know somebody in the indies made it, but he was the first one to do it and was trusted with it in a major company.
Mm-hmm. What you got? What you got? What's your moves?
My favorite tag team move, and I'm going. Mine are more obscure.
Mm-hmm.
Although the tag team one, I don't think would be that obscure. My favorite tag team finisher, comes from ECW.
The Eliminators.
The Eliminators.
That's a good one, but that also caused them to hurt themselves.
Well, it caused them to hurt themselves and hurt a lot of other people, but it looked amazing because they were really hitting each other, which made it less amazing as a move. But if we're just going with
how cool it looks,
cool it looks, it looked devastating. It looked karate style. Like it had everything.
It was Saturn and was it Pitbull number 1 or something
Perry Saturn
Chronos.
And Chronos.
Perry Saturn and Chronos. The Pitbulls were a different tag, but like, and people I love Chronos, but you can tell the talent was all Saturn.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now your single finisher.
My single finisher comes by way of the mini video games back in the day. I then went and found and watched Super Delphin hit the move, a Japanese wrestler who's much older. I think the guy's got to be in his 60s by now. The Osaka Street Cutter.
Okay.
Which was a cutter, but he would catch him in like the Scorpion Death Drop, flip him over, and then hit the cutter as they came over top.
That's fire, but in the WWE, you wouldn't be able to hit that on anybody that's a main eventer because I don't think outside of Roman and maybe Cody, nobody has the athletic acumen to flip themselves. I
think there's a lot that could, but that's a move that that's a move that I could see coming back in AEW. Honestly, I could see a lot of AEW talent being able to do that because they have so many of those young high flyers.
That I think they probably are doing it. Somebody at ROH or Saturday. What about you, Derek? You asked a question. I want to hear it from you.
All right. So I had to look up the name. All right. So my tag team one, because I'm a tag team guy, is it's called the G9. Y'all know what group had the G9? No? Nobody? They were very popular. The people loved them.
Was it Crime Time?
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure if it was the right name.
Yeah. So
I was like, was that the name of their finisher? But I wasn't positive. I didn't know for sure.
So what is it? Describe it, because I can't even remember.
Let's see. I don't even know how to okay, so Shad would have him on his shoulders, kind of like getting ready for like a Samoan drop, right? But then like JTG, I can't remember if he would flip with like the net breaker, or
he would hit like the natural selection.
Crazy. Is that what it was?
It was kind of like a natural selection.
I remember it was crazy.
Yeah, they'd be up like this, and if the head is over here, he would like natural selection flip with their head. So it was kind of like the 3D 1D type thing, but better.
Okay.
Like,
that's cool. I got to check that out after we get off here.
Definitely.
I don't know how I pulled that it was them. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, I was surprised. I wasn't expecting anyone to get it.
I as a New Yorker, I hated Crime Time. Not them as a wrestler, but like how it was presented. I was like, because I was like, this is a 75-year-old white man in the back going like, yo, so I want you to come out, yo, we steal things. It's like, I get it. It is funny, but when it becomes satirical, it's less funny.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, for sure. I think
completely agree.
Young me loved them, but you know what I'm saying?
Completely agree, but whatever white man voice they got to do that, yo, I liked his voice. It sounded good.
Yeah. But it's like a combination of Bruh Man and the dude that had the Rolexes and Coming to America became a tag team. Like that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was cool when they did it because these are black creators, but it's somebody that, like if all of a sudden white content creators were like, oh no, I know black, I Dominican, I'm gonna be like, explain that to me.
I'm not black, I'm Dominican. But
like, and your singles finisher.
So that was one of my tag. I have 2 tag team ones. What are we doing?
Emoting.
I got you, because that's what we do at the end of the match. So my second one is the New Day. But it's
they had like 3 finishers.
They did because it was one for each setup that you could have, like whether it was Kofi and Woods, whether it was Ian Woods, Ian Kofi, or vice versa.
I like when it was the big ending followed by the elbow drop. I think that was Woods and Big E.
So I like the one with Woods or not Woods. I like the one with Ian Kofi. It was the big ending, but it was like Kofi coming off the top rope for like, I don't know what it was. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm looking at it and I don't know the name, but it's fire. I definitely remember like that was one of the ones I definitely liked. And they had names for them. I just don't know what the names was called.
Yeah, they every move had a name.
Yeah.
For each configuration.
Those are all great answers. Do you have a single one or no?
Yeah, I got a single one. Let's see. For me, I like Trouble in Paradise. That one was always cool. Just because you can hit it quick. I like them quick ones. What was another one? That was his signature move. If I go old school, I love the Rock. I like the Rock Bottom.
Yep.
The People's Elbow was always better, but I felt like that was his signature move.
I never liked it. I felt like even back then, before I know as much as I know about wrestling now, I was like, man, if you lost to the People's Elbow, you suck. Like that's how I saw it. I was like, oh,
it was. I think for me, it was when he did it in the dress shoes and he slid on that ass.
When he hit that slide, man, that was slick as hell.
I think the funniest slide in the wrestling ring was when Billy Gunn, when he was Mr. Ass, almost was too greased up and almost slide out the ring.
Almost went out the other side.
I was just like, bruh. But so my favorite submission is probably not one unless you are deep cut Daniel Bryan Danielson. He brought it back briefly in AEW's Cattle Mutilation. It's basically like a master lock where he flips you over, you're both laying down.
Oh yeah.
It's like he has you like this, like picture that I'm gonna pick you up and like you have a double arm hook like for a suplex, but he has it like this. He's laying on you, and then he flips forward. It's a sick move. Like when that used to be his finisher in ROH.
In ROH.
Yeah, he used to. And then if he was really like big time Brian Danielson, he would do that. If he didn't give up, he will come over and just the elbows.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only person I was like, okay, is this real? Like, even as a mark, like I was like in my 20s, I was like, yo, like, is this real? Now let's switch gears. The crappiest finish move that I've ever seen.
Hang on. We got to get submissions.
You did put up the submissions. Oh my god,
okay.
That's crazy.
Are you looking at cattle mutilation?
Nah, I was looking at Xavier Woods getting 1D through the table. And his facial expression was very scary. Anyways, I'm listening. All right, so what's your favorite signature, Shane?
Submission finisher?
Yeah.
I think my favorite, and again, this one goes back to, this is how you know I'm old. The old Chris Jericho, the Lion Tamer Walls of Jericho, when he would put the knee at the back and the people would be more straight up when they did it. It looked, and almost every person would have their neck like cocked to the side real bad. It looked devastating when he did that.
Okay.
I liked that a lot.
Okay. Let's see. That's a tough one. Is that Kane? Oh, that's a scary looking picture.
Is it Kane?
It was Kane.
That's where we just need fire explosions over all the video.
Kane, no mask with hair.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
I was like, what's this?
That was weird.
Let's see. Submission.
Oh, I know the worst.
I know some, but it's like the bank statement. That was cool.
Okay.
That was cool, but
that was just a crossface, wasn't it?
Probably so. Everything was something else until it was that. I like the STFU. That was cool. I like that one. That was definitely always in my move set.
Texas Cloverleaf is another clutch.
Oh, that was a good finish. I should have said that one. Should have said the Swanton Bomb. It's a good finisher.
I like if there was another submission was Ultimo Dragon's Dragon Sleeper.
Yes.
Because I seen him, I think he worked Ray and he locked it in, and then Ray dropped to his knees to try to wiggle out, and then he wrenched him back. And I was like, oh, this is dope.
So back in the day, the first N64 WCW game, Ultimo Dragon was my man. Every pick was Ultimo Dragon for me.
So, all right, and we could end on this. The worst finisher that I've ever seen in my life has got to be, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate this. A lot of people are gonna hate this. Was the heart punch. I hated that move, bro. It was so stupid. It was so dumb.
Are we doing worst?
If I gotta go, yeah, go for it.
Are we doing worst finisher and worst submission separately, or are they are they the same?
I just finisher, whatever, the heart punch. And it's funny because Taker did it. It was this wrestler called Ox Baker that first did it in the 1930s. But it was so corny, bro. Like Stan Stasiak did it, and it's like, oh, it was corny. But anywho, that is, and the what is it? Not the famous, or the whatever the ass thing that Rikishi did. That was stupid.
You don't like the stink face? Stink face was great. That was the best move ever.
But you could tell that people were getting humiliated when they were doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's because if he ain't like you know what I'm saying? That booty didn't smell good. But they said if he liked you, put a little baby powder in there.
But go ahead, you guys.
So the worst finisher, which isn't a bad finisher, it's just the worst executed finisher every time he did it, was Undertaker's triangle.
The triangle choke?
He never actually locked it in, which I forget what he called it. Was it like Devil's Gate or something?
Yeah. Fun fact, that was the only move that he kept when he came back as the Undertaker. He wanted to continue as American Badass, but him and Vince came to an agreement, and he could use the Badass moveset, but still be the dead man. Afterward.
Well, all I know is the first time he went to do it, he did it wrong. And then they just leaned into it, and he continued to do it wrong for the rest of his career. And it was horrendous.
I literally see it right here.
What about you, Derek? And again, this is not a knock on the wrestler, because I almost think that they have to show what their move is going to be, and then they have to get it approved. Because I don't know if it's still happening now, but apparently it's all over the YouTube that if somebody else did your finisher, you were not allowed to do it. With Vince, under Vince's WWE.
For me, the one I hated the most, I hate the ankle lock.
No,
I don't like the ankle lock. It's like, yeah, I didn't, yeah.
Okay. Hey man, I'm not even. Hey, this is the
like.
Excuse me. This is the honest question, and
how do
you don't have to defend it or explain it.
I'm just curious.
Huh?
How can you not make it to the ropes? You know,
because they used to put that bicep on it. You know, an ankle lock. You have to be strong. If the person is strong upper body, like Kurt Angle. First of all, I used to love the angle slam more than the ankle lock because it was different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And another finisher that people, unless it's a deep cut, I used to love Shawn Michaels' side slam, side suplex. That's how he used to beat people. That's how he used to do people. That was his finisher.
And I'm gonna throw one more out there, since mine was more about the wrestler doing it wrong. I think probably the worst finisher ever was the Randy Orton / MVP / many other people, the overdrive / playmaker.
Refresh me. What's that?
So they would kick in the stomach, so the opponent is bent. They would take and hang their leg over the opponent's head, grab their arm, and torque into it.
Oh,
so
okay.
They hit the mat, and their opponent just rolled onto their back.
Oh yeah, that one with the knee over the neck.
Yeah, they hit the mat. Their opponent didn't, and it would just roll their opponent over.
Okay, I can see that. That's like that sucks. So
it's just somebody went, "This looks cool," and somebody else didn't go, "Wait, aren't they going to be able to see that they don't actually hit at all?" No.
So let's end it on this one thing, and then we can get out of here because we're at almost an hour 30. Okay. Finishers that became somebody else's signature, and it's going to be very specific that the way that they do it as a signature is almost as good as the finisher of the person that they're giving homage to. I'm gonna go first. CM Punk's. No, I'm lying. I'm gonna go first. Shawn Michaels, HBK's elbow drop.
I was wondering if you were gonna switch it.
Macho Man elbow drop that he did. That was the cleanest mug till this day.
And I think you do have to give the shout out to CM Punk too. But
yeah,
when you said CM Punk, I knew exactly where you were going.
Yeah. What about you? That somebody that adopted somebody else's finisher, it can even be a finisher for them, but the way that they did is kind of like, oh, okay, like I'm not mad at that.
I mean, I can go Eddie Guerrero / RVD Frog Splash.
Okay.
Or
I don't know who came first. I don't know who did it because they were at the same time.
So them two, like the Frog Splash / 5-star Frog Splash. Bro, I love when Montez do that shit.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you were going there. I thought you were saying them two.
He be trying to go off camera, jumping so high.
Like
it's nasty.
All right, and then Shane.
Mine's a little bit more conventional, and I think it's because of her size versus the people that she does it to. Mm-hmm. Rhea using the Razor's Edge.
Okay,
that's dope.
Which is a double nod to Razor / Scott Hall and to Damien.
Yep, I like that. All right, well, this is a great point to end. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for what was kind of like a conversation about wrestling.
Fun episode. Also, in the chat, for everybody that's listening, whether you watch live, whether you're watching later on, man, go tell us what your favorite finisher moves was.
Yep.
Finishers, signatures, submission finishers. I want to hear about it. So I want to see it in the comments.
Yep. Thank you once again for joining us for another episode of Bumps and Bruises podcast. I'm Emote Marcos.
I'm not Emote Drizen, Shane, whatever you want to call me, because Marcos hates that I'm Drizen.
And I'm Derek. We out.